You fucking.
Yeah, my granny used to make them.
We're live now on Facebook.
Aye, may as well.
Oh,
That's us.
deadly.
Let's stream live the Strabanter pod streaming live thing that we're doing. We're going to try out. And it's me, Big Massive. Over there, we've got Anthony Dufay. And along with us is stand-up comedian Conor Keys from Oma. He's definitely dying to get on the night, weren't you, Conor?
I cannot wait to be on my beloved Facebook.
Good bad for coming on. Nah, do you know what? We were looking to get somebody on that would be well enough known. Would you be well enough known around the Oma parts?
Aye, so in other words, what you're trying to say is fucking nobody knows Mr. Band.
No, well, I'll tell you what. Do you remember the show we did in the Fir Trees?
Oh, aye, that was great.
After that, they were looking you back, guy. That went brilliant.
You're saying that now just because you want me on this fucking thing, that's right.
I'm telling you, you're the expert in fucking podcasts, aren't you?
Hey,
Here,
before
listen.
you should go and change your name from Han Solo to something fucking else because it's now in my tuts.
You're Tut Skywalker.
I didn't pay for anything, so I'm just Conor Keys.
Aye.
What were you going to say here, Cons?
I was just going to say I didn't pay for anything, so yeah. In case people are wondering why the fuck have they got Star Wars names and I'm sitting with a fucking Conor Keys. That's why, because I'm a cheap bastard.
May have noticed the Liverpool stuff, guys. It's because Conor here's a big.
Oh, that's
Liverpool
exactly the welcome you'd like to have as a Man United fan.
I know Conor a while, and to be honest, he hasn't been talking about Man United. Last time I heard you chatting about Man United, how long ago was that? Like, and you used to be a man. You used to wear the t-shirts. You used to be a wee supporter, like.
So here's the banter page is going great. Hey.
Man United is
To you, absolutely.
Nobody really talks about Man United now since Alex Ferguson left. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of, you know, Alex Ferguson left, and then
that's right. He left when he won a league.
Moyes.
Oh, aye.
Then it just went up arse up, elbows, arse.
How the fuck's Moyes? Did you just make a Scottish boy Spanish?
Aye.
But seriously, how long since they won the league? United?
6 years, is it? 5, 6 years.
That's maybe 7.
No, I'm telling you, no. I know what year it was. It was 2013, so 7 years.
Do you know what I mean? 10.
Do you know? The only reason I know that because I was there at the fucking final game when Van Persie scored that volley.
Rooney said he's retiring that game, didn't he?
Aye. So. Yeah, hey, but anyway, on to important stuff.
Did you think that you would go 10 years, but before we go on, before you won the league? Seriously.
After he left, Jesus, we had to be honest. Like after he left, I thought 5 years to be honest before he would ever challenge. But fuck me, we're not even challenging for anything at the moment. So yeah.
That's what happened with Liverpool, man. But like you think about it, it's in 30 years, but it's only about 5 managers, all trying 5 or 6 years each. Doesn't work. Back to the start, 5 or 6.
Yeah. Ferguson and Wenger were the last ones who genuinely had a chance at building a team.
Right.
The new managers now, if you don't fucking perform, that's it, out the door.
Klopp was given a bit of chance.
It was a wee bit, but still not in this modern day. Like it's not there. Like, do you know the way like if you fucked up, Duffy would throw you out in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? That's sort of that's the norm. Like.
We use up the word cunt every time we chat about Duffy. I don't know. Don't we, son?
Cunt is frowned upon. That word should not be fucking frowned upon, no matter what country you go into. Because country, cunt, country. You say it every day.
No, it depends on what we use, isn't it?
But we've claimed it now. We've claimed it as our own because it's man and woman said here. Swear to God, I seen a woman the other day at the cash machine going, that thing's a cunt today, I swear to God, and walked on.
Oh, aye. That's a country thing there.
Yeah, so it takes the power away from the word, but Americans still give it serious power for some reason. I don't know.
But my ma hated it. Hey, fuck. For years you weren't allowed to say it in the house. What's he doing?
I was going to say, Duffy, you haven't gone through a fucking exorcism there, are you?
Oh, my woman there. Look, she wants to be famous on the Strabanter page. Look, go on here now, look. Go on, you fucking bastard, you. Go on now.
Just walked in the room. Right.
Captain, you have a house, trying to be professional. There's Wayne's and all. Look, drop me beer. Turn the light on. You spilled it, you fucking dope.
No, you
Jesus
spilled
Christ.
it.
Yes, Conor. Welcome to the Strabanter. Where nothing seems what it seems. There's nothing
So-
perfect with us. It's just a bit of. You know what? You're our biggest guest to date.
Fuck off. She's not that big.
You are our biggest guest, like.
Duffy would have been as big as me, maybe, but then he lost all the weight.
You remember you opened? You remember your opening joke in the fir trees? About Duffy?
Oh, that's right.
You bratty and you stink.
I didn't say nothing, Duffy.
Somebody sent me what you said.
You mentioned about
There'll be a letter at your door.
I think you lost all the weight that was just after the whole.
That's the problem with having time delays. We're at midnight when Wayne's in bed and you're suffering with fucking socks being thrown at your face.
It's only 7:05 over here. I got home from work about 2 hours ago. And I'm just sitting down. You can't even fucking sit down. And then Wayne's are climbing all over Tappy. Wife, I'm going shopping. Right, go back on ahead. You expect her to be back on time. She comes in at the last fucking minute. You have to carry all the messages up the stairs, put them all away.
Fuck this,
And then
the dilemmas.
I'm in the wee boy's room now, like sitting here now like a fucking idiot.
Before this is over, you'll be in the bog. What do you see?
I know.
Definitely.
I've been all.
You didn't tell me that was happening too.
What?
I'm going to watch Duffy shake.
You've done it a few times.
Nice.
That man's done everything, swung everything, hung everything in that Facebook page. What was the
I am known
for me
to
last time?
occasionally do stuff naked.
I
Never
know,
something.
Hey,
What?
podcast wise, you do 2 podcasts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The one with Ronan Mullen, is it?
Big row. Yeah. Ronnie.
Best.
Best of the best. Yeah.
I was actually meant to come on and do a show,
The week before lockdown. Yeah.
and it was the week everything.
And actually, it was the week after lockdown. We still were allowed to have, like, remember, social gatherings, weren't blah blah blah. But didn't you get COVID-19? That's right. So you got COVID-19, and then you couldn't do it.
Wheeze.
And then
One of them wheezy coughs.
and then yeah, and that's right. And yes, right. You nearly died. Where you were in ICU,
That's
isn't that right? And then so then we couldn't do the Shawshank.
Once the sales
That's
were-
common.
Once they did the BMA warning, I just stayed on.
Oh, what was that? A fucking airline? Is it? I don't know. I don't know what that is.
You know what I did? I remember before it happened, I was away running around trying to get a copy of Shawshank to watch it.
Are you fucking serious, sir?
Oh no, I know what I'm saying. But
You
I just wanted to give
fucking
it,
went. That's that.
you like to give it a fresh fucking.
You have to do a fresh look. Yeah.
No. Fun
Well,
like
then
that.
you're-
a bit of times, like,
Conor,
well,
let
then-
me tell you something, right? See the one you done with Jaws, right? I don't have to watch Jaws. They talk to you about Jaws. Well, you let me down there now, big time guy.
Well, I'm just letting you know, Duffy, you're not been on our podcast unless you did research. Like,
there you go.
you have to have fresh eyes in it. Like.
I done fantastic research for this fucking thing. You talk, your name is Conor Keys. And
That's
you're
right
in
uh,
your shed.
That's the shade of truth. That's fantastic. That's said there.
Aye, Big Ronnie's wife. She's a Straban woman.
She's just a band woman, yeah, that's right. And he married well
Yep, married under the clan.
into the clan. So we're sort of in there. Well, no, I'm in there 2 ways.
Way.
Because me and Duffy's pretty tight.
We go back.
Oh Jesus, it must be at least
10
fucking,
minutes.
at least that.
10, 15 minutes, I would say.
Feels like longer. But
Conor asked me to be on his podcast before he asked you to be on his podcast, boy. That's
Not this bastard here, look.
no.
Just sitting with a wee wine, watching me like talking to the fucking screen.
that's dedication for you there. Or
Orla's actually sitting there waiting right now. She wants Jade Kelly to give her a phone call. She's sitting there.
Like, Jade, give-
Oh my.
We need-
Orla
we need
wants
to
to set up a room and get a phone call going out with all the girls. All the girls, the wine night, Saturday night.
I don't do video calls.
Wine and karaoke, sing Dolly Parton songs.
So it's lovely to have been invited into your homes and to get a taste of your life or something. I don't know.
So what way you need, Conor? You need to teach us because you're at it now.
Teach fucking hell, you'll be looking fucking.
How long are you at the pods?
We only started last year. We started last summer with the best of best, and then me and Mickey. I think me and Mickey's only 15 episodes in.
Deck Chair and Yums.
Deck Chair and Yums, the worst name ever, but then it just kind of stuck.
You're Yums, obviously.
I'm Yums
What
because
does Deck Chair represent though?
apparently because he folds easily.
Not on stage.
And
Like
if
a woman.
if you know Mickey, he does fold pretty easily. Like the easiest person.
Coming on to do this, that's so easy as a fold.
No, well, he's coming on this first of all, yeah. But the easiest man to get on a rip that you'll ever meet.
No,
It doesn't take persuasion. Like there's no
aye,
matter what's happening.
aye. It was off the beer. I give him one before 5 minutes.
He could be getting fucking married, and if somebody went here, fancy pie to me, I want it.
What age would Mickey be?
Mickey's 33, the age of our dear Lord above.
What is Jesus, 33-year-old?
Sort of questions that, you heathen?
That is a loaded question.
I used to stand outside the chapel and saying, "Wee boys, in for the mash sheets."
Thank fuck you finished that off there. I was thinking, what are you doing with wee boys at the chapel?
Daddy loves.
Well, who do you work for again? Oh, anyway, we'll move on.
This is a different thing.
This is the Strabanter. So this is actually going out on the Strabanter live page.
So what we're trying to
I'm
do is
actually running through the messages now in case anybody calls either one of you two a cunt, because I will call them out for calling you guys cunts.
It's quite likely. Let's be honest.
hey, there's some pixels.
PR and all that. What does PR mean?
What is what?
PR?
As in public relations?
Aye, that I'm that.
You're our public relations guy. Oh fuck!
I am the.
I would have just called you our secretary, but if you want to go with PR, that's fine.
I just told him, listen, when this comes on, me and Conor are probably gonna have a wee talk. Just fucking stay at it.
Well, what the fuck do you want to talk to me for? I'm here to listen to you. Do you use the Strabanter?
Oh no, we need to introduce you more to the town. And
you're all right. Tell us the crack of Straban.
Followers now, Conor, and they're all on the
51. Jesus, boys.
How many people?
Many people are in Straban, so it means there's far more.
I think there's 47,000 in Oma, I think, in the district.
Straban, but there's like 40 in the district.
Do you want to hear?
How do you in the town? How many is on Facebook? Like,
what did you say, Duffy?
You want to right here? Here's a serious fucking question, right? You know the way like you watch them old Viking films where they're running up the battlefield, right? And they're like Braveheart, the Scotch versus the English. Imagine it was like Straban versus Oma. Who would win?
Well, Hunter's Crescent would win by themselves. They wouldn't even need their.
Who? I think Straban would take Oma.
We wouldn't even need the rest of the town. But if we took the town in and you took in Strathroy and Mullimore, it would fucking.
No, see, no. Just
Straban. Especially. That's what I'm saying. No. These are just.
Laddie. We technically could have Lifford as well.
No. Strathroy is just another, like it's basically a rich man's Ballycolman.
You don't know what you shut up there, man. But hey, I'm up
See,
there.
when it comes to curves,
do you know what? See, to be honest, I'm going to tell you the truth. I wasn't too fond of them years ago when I was young, but I didn't know it.
They didn't like fat people.
I
know all about it. Yeah,
I just got no way. And then when we teamed up, man.
No, honestly, we would not fuck with using curbsies.
No. Did you watch the Ballycolman games now?
Oh, I did. I watched them. I laughed at how bad you were.
What do you mean? I was like a fucking Giselle.
You were like a fat predator, boy.
These were absolutely awful in the the railings. Like it was.
I'll tell you this one, Conor. Do you remember this? We're just touching on the work. Me and you brought a group away to the Struve in Donegal, it was called, and it was cliff jumping.
Oh fuck! That's right.
And I was standing looking over the biggest cliff.
You were one cowardly.
That was a
one
cliff, like.
Duffy, you never met a more cowardly bastard in all your life than that
no,
man there.
cowardly bastard.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Hey, I was looking, and that hairy old her pushed me off the fucking end of the cliff.
Who?
You.
Did that? I was the first one to jump.
You came back up because I was still a bit of pansy.
I know.
Then you pushed me.
That's what you
The young fellas way down, wee faces in the water. Next minute, I'm just getting when you get the fucking.
Now, listen,
Like
I
went down.
As you would know by looking at me, I wouldn't be what you would call athletic. So I had managed to jump off a cliff.
I climb up her.
16 young ones had followed. I had managed to climb back up the cliff, and he's still fucking standing there.
Hey, and see when you pushed me, there was a young one still treading water below.
I know.
When I come up, I did no bother, lads.
Not one of them knew that I fucking had to push you over.
Jump that easy, kid.
I'm always pushing you over the edge, my man.
Hey, I'll tell you, the earlier you get, the scarier it gets. Because I was in holidays. Was last year we were in holidays, and we went to I always go to water parks, no matter where I go. Have to go to one, and I always got on every slide. Hey, but there was a slide in this place, and I was slabbering for a week. I was definitely going to go on it, like no bother, and I landed, and it's like the floor disappears, and you just go down a Wally Wonka tube, and then there's
lovely.
Then you had a pull. Didn't do it.
Do you ever like
age?
Do you ever,
if two chickens ran at you, Duffy, would you run away?
A chicken? If a chicken came at me?
Big fucking chicken came out and started following you up the street and ran at you. You fucking would.
No.
I'm not going to say I wouldn't squeal like a girl. But
what's in the shape of you trying to unhook a fish?
I wouldn't run away. I would power walk away. Like.
You'd have to.
A power walk? No, like a tough, like, no, you know what I mean? Like a quick power walk? Aye.
Yeah, you can't let them smell fear.
Well, like,
that's right. Remember whenever you pet that dog, but don't let him smell the fear.
I would definitely run away from the chicken, but I would stay if it was a cock.
Hey, talking about roller or
you didn't pay in, so fuck you.
We never up in that water world up in Bundoran.
Oh, they used to use me to create the waves.
Whenever I was a big fat bastard, right? I always like the water slides. I think there's 2, maybe 3 water slides.
We Whitney,
and you see, no, opposite for me.
Opposite for me too. Yeah.
Opposite for me, right? You see all these ones, right? And they're all going down, like flying down. They're making a big splash at the very end, and I'm like, fuck, because I'm a danger hunter. I'm afraid of, like, I'll go on any roller coaster. I'll go down. I'll jump out of an airplane. I don't give a fuck. Right? Danger hunter, pure animal, right? Ballycoman, man. I says to myself, it was the first time ever going down on the fucking water slide. I've seen all these ones. Oh, look, they're going down wild fast. I'm the one that gets stuck in the fucking middle of it. And then you have to do that thing where you have to kind of kick yourself to go down the rest of the and then you're embarrassed. You go in. There's always a wee corner. You go down before you get to the very end where it hits the tube and you climb out. You go in that wee corner and it's like
you get stuck.
And everybody's like standing there like, fuck's sake. That's me.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Listen,
we're on the same page.
For heavy boys, this is a boy told me this when I was in America when I was young, and I carried it through my life. The only thing that should be touching the slide, right, is your heels and your shoulder blades. Nothing else, right? So you go up like that, and I just fucking fly down. I had done the last holidays and nearly went off the fucking tube. Nearly went off it. Because I'm but a stuntman too. I'm known for doing fucking Strabanter.
Well, I think
try that.
You're going to rip the fucking ankles off yourself, or
See, the last day that I lined up for a big roller coaster and I got on and the thing didn't work. Didn't go down.
Same as me, man.
I had to get off because it's too fat.
My wee boy.
After queuing for an hour.
You tell them keep pushing.
I was going
to go around loose out of embarrassment. I went out on it.
I went up to a place not too far away from here, right? And there was the wee boy. No, he was about 4 years of age, and there was a wee tiny roller coaster. You know, and he's, Daddy, I want to go on that. Daddy, I want to go on. I was like, come on, let's go, boy. I felt all proud. First father and son moment, getting them on a fucking roller coaster, and the thing wouldn't come down to kick me off. I was like,
you're going to go on it. We're getting on it. Pretty good. Come on.
They just told me, we
There's
can't
a-
get those. Ah, they are.
Some other old boy has had
Let's
to
go on.
replace you.
Let's go, son. Let's go. We'll go get pizza.
There's a roller coaster
Yeah.
in Barry's amusement, you know Barry's? And it's a wee tiny thing, hey, and I fucking got on it, hey, and I swear to God, it was a tight squeeze. And I thought there was a bit where you go around the big corner. And I thought my weight's going to tip this thing, hey. Because you're looking down and you're just going around and you're like,
Ireland doesn't do roller coasters now, let's be honest.
No.
Mm.
Hey, Conor, back on Oma, right?
Mhm.
Like obviously Strabamans have their own wee tasks. We all kind of know what the tasks. Does it Oma have any tasks? You know what I mean? Does there
Zero
any
games.
particular tasks that were
what did you do?
up around Oma?
We would have been a lot of the curbsies and pitch and toss, and pitch and toss was a big one because there's money involved, and
What's that?
pitching the coins
Oh,
from
we,
two
we called it chipsies or something.
Pitch?
Pitch?
pitch maybe, aye, was pitch and
Pitch.
toss we got it.
Did you ever hang off the back of like lorries and tractors and
Oh, that wasn't that was more of an occupation in our park. You had mothers lining children up to hang off fire engines and ice cream vans.
ice cream van with a big nose? Me and
Every year.
pool, hey? And we were playing pool every week, and whoever was winning was the wanker. You know what I mean? You couldn't. Somebody always won easily, but you were heating up the Sunday dinner when you got to the house in the microwave, so it was always first to get up to the dinner. And I was way ahead of him. He thought I was way to the toilet, but I was way up the Melmont Road. Next minute, seen this fucking van with a trailer. There's Kieran just hanging on the back of it, going like up the road.
He was trying to get to dinner, but we had mothers putting the children out because they knew there was a sort of a scale, so they knew that if they were dragged for a yard, it was a grand in the claim. So it was how long for as long as you can.
It was bad. But
and we used to always think that the sign in the back of the ice cream van, remember, it used to say "Mind the children." I used to think it was a safety thing, but in our park it was to remind the ice cream van. Check the back for fucking hangers on. You're looking to clean.
the boy with the big nose. There was an ice cream van with a face in the back of it in there.
Uncle Sam's.
And it was a big protruding nose. And it just
That was
it was one of them hangs too. You know what I mean? You're sliding off it when you're driving up a hill.
Did your ice cream man sell fags, aye?
No. It's all these.
Well, you can get them. Well, they couldn't get them in our place, but
I could have a 99 with a sprinkle of fucking ecstasy tablets there, please.
I got 2.99 to Screwball and 40 Benson.
The boy we had a boy, Max the Whoopie. He was a legend. Hey, he used to come around in the ice cream van.
Is that his real name, aye?
Max was his real name, aye.
All right, Max the Whoopie.
Fuck, you're better than called Max. This is better. But you could have come out with the biggest dish bowl in your kitchen, and he'd have filled it for 50p.
You're just fucking now quoting my play. You fucking dick. You just watched it in my play.
Conor did a play. What is
Four.
it? Yes,
Four. You've got
4 plays in Oma. It doesn't stretch out beyond Oma. Like I don't know why. But
lazy bastard.
they great acclaim in Oma. Everybody in Oma loves it. Bean, Dermot, and the boys.
Demo's the boy that they love. But we did that. To the first play we did, me and my mate from Hunters. We wrote a sort of a 20-minute, then led to a 40-minute thing that just telling those stories, telling about the ice cream man selling fags and telling us about his fucking stealing money out of the back of the TV slots and
everyone is at it.
Everybody knew rightly. And even the van man, there was always like a video man, a butcher, a fucking all that sort of stuff coming around. Like them things just don't happen anymore. Like they're all gone now. Like wee men in vans.
And see, and you did the singing too at Christmas. What do you call it? The commitments.
Oh, the commitments, aye. So
which do you like out of the 4 things, right? Podcasting, stand up, singing, or stage? No, like
stand up.
Stand up.
The rest of them's good. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy them and all the rest, but there's nothing like stand up. When it's going right. When it's going right. So there's nothing like stand up when it's going wrong.
You know the big thing.
How long have you been doing stand-up, Conor? How long has you been doing stand-up, Conor?
Well, I'm not full-time, you see, so I have a job, but I've been doing 9 years now.
9
I was only really properly getting into it this last 5, maybe. First 4, I was just like open mics and competitions, but you have to do that.
Yeah.
But actually properly moving on then was the last 4 or 5.
What made you get on? What made you to take on that? Do a bit of stand up? Like what made you?
I'd always wanted to do it. I used to work in a fucking Jongleurs comedy club in London in the bar. And I just seen them on stage and thought, fuck, I'd love to be one of them one day, but never ever thought, how do you do it? Like, how do you become a comedian?
Yeah.
And so I just left it, and then I wanted to go and enter. I seen a poster at work, and it said something about, are you good at telling stories to your mates, to your friends, think you're funny, blah blah. Join this TV show. So I went to go and sent an email to it, and it turned out that it was So You Think You're Funny, which was like a TV show on BBC One. And it had closed the day before, so I was a day late on the entry. And I was like, oh well, wasn't to be, sort of thing. But it turned out then my cousin, or second cousin, third cousin, I don't know, cousin, Terry Keys, then got on that show, and he was on it with Mickey Bartlett. I think Shane Todd was on it, Sean Haggerty. It was all, so they were on it. And then so I left it then. I never thought of it again. And then Daly's opened, or a comedy club called Daly's opened in Noma. And yeah, big now, but at the time it was struggling like anywhere does. And I went to see one show, me and my brother, and I'll never forget, it was August, because it was for my birthday. And I watched a guy on stage. And the thing is, if you know anything about comedy, you can't tell rehashed jokes. You have to, it has to be original stuff you come up with.
Use other people's stuff. No way. That's the
that's not just. Well, this boy wasn't just using other people's stuff, as in other comedians, which does happen more than you'd think. He was using jokes that were like, I was hearing in the playground at school.
Aye.
Do you know, it was like, fuck, that's 20 years old. So I turned to my brother that night and I says, I'll never be the best, but I'm definitely better than that.
Aye.
So, and that was what decided to me to go. So that was August, and I got my first 7 minutes in November, and that was it then.
Does everybody? Because I was fresh out there. Like I was only about 8 months on it.
Your momentum was building lovely there, and then this fucking thing sort of slowed it down. But Duffy,
a year ago, I went to see. Was it about a year and a half ago? My guy came to Straban. I went and seen him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next time he came to Straban, I was opening for him. You know what I mean? And I had nothing in my head that I was going to be a stand-up comedian when I was sitting in the audience watching him. And that all the time, and used to say, Jesus, I'd love to do that. But see, the worst thing you can do, I think, if you want to get into stand-up, is read a book about fucking stand-up.
You can't teach funny.
And not only that, I think stand-ups nearly try and put you off it by reading a book. No,
you can learn how to write, and you can learn how to maybe learn how to perform, but ultimately you just need to be fucking funny. The material has to be good and all the rest, but you can't teach funny, is what I'm saying. Is like, I spent years being the class clown in school, like fucking years. Yeah. Now, it shows in my grades, but
I think it shows on all of our grades.
Yeah, so that has its downsides, but yeah, that was my training camp. It was good.
I'll tell you, it was tight. I'll tell you, see, everybody remember their first time, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Getting up.
But you always, and then you'll run. Yeah,
like a fight. It's sort of like going on there.
Well, I always class it as a fight. It's you versus the audience, and you need to win, because if you lose, you're fucking knocked out. There's no judge's decision. You're just, by lack of noise. But Duffy, you're in Boston, and it's a great comedy scene.
That's what I was saying to him. He's in the fucking heart of it.
You're in the heart of it, like that's.
Aaron McCann was telling me in the last gig we did that he was at. He was talking about going over, and that was one of the places. Like, just get over and you can gig every night.
Mm-hmm.
There's
every night. That's what sort of I'm on about, Conor. When you look at books, I'm not saying anything bad about comedians. I'm just saying you find out. If I'm going to start this, I have to dedicate 7, 8 years at it before I get fucking actually good at it.
Yeah, and not only you can't teach funny, but you also can't teach stage experience.
Aye.
That only comes from experience, like yeah.
Aye.
But anyway, Duffy, maybe you might get a chance to speak now. Just boy won't fuck up.
Fuck's sake.
I can do a fag here. Look on.
But Boston must be decent enough for the comedy, is it?
There's comedy places all over the place, like, but I know I was telling you two boys that about 2-3 months ago I signed up for Improv Boston, and they do all like they do stand up, like classes on stand up, and like you says yourself, you can't really teach stand up. But for me, it was more like I'm obviously Irish, but I'm Irish living in Boston.
You've got
So it's the people I'm telling the jokes to. You know, I could tell jokes. You know, I could stand up with my own people, but you know,
it's different over there. Like, yeah,
95% of the people sitting in the audiences is going to be American, so I kind of have to understand. You know, so that's why the reason why I was going there. Like, but obviously, what's all happening now is all this pandemic. I signed up and I was supposed to start the classes on the end of March. I think it was like March 22nd, March 23rd or something. So whatever date at the end of March. Then this whole thing happened and then they cancelled it.
right.
And they're doing like online classes. But I was telling you earlier on that I don't want to do the online classes. It's because it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't dismiss it either, but it's you can learn like writing techniques and maybe craft and joke techniques, which I don't have either. I don't really write jokes, but you need to like just work at it, because sometimes you like, I have had times, no joke, where I've done a bit that I've been really excited about, going, fuck, I can't wait to do this, and this is going to be great. And then it doesn't do anything. And you're like, what the fuck? And then something else that was a throwaway comment just fucking kills. And you're like, why did that happen? So you just have to constantly learn. I keep telling that fucking fathead,
I know what you're going to say,
to keep recording the set, but he doesn't do it. You need to record your set, because sometimes what happens is, yes, you have your material, but sometimes 2 lines might just come out of you just by pure thought on the stage, and they could be the best 2 lines your whole set. And because you didn't record, lost it.
That's right. I have about 10 minutes, and it's a different 10 from the first 10. Do you know what I mean? It was like, it was more the reactions from the crowds that you tailored your jokes.
That's the only way, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Right, that went well. Where'd that come out of? It might have been just an ad lib by.
Maybe. And what about this? So listen, nobody wants to hear fucking talking about comedy and shit. Can you ask questions out in Facebook? Are they asking?
Does anybody have a question for Mr. Keys or Boyle or myself? Any questions in general? They not dirty questions.
You can ask.
That'll be late. That'll be on the late show.
Well, we're on fucking half past midnight here, Mr.
That'll be on the early morning show when all your so
make it as dirty as you want.
I see there's a legend on We Use the Night by Big Ginger, the traffic warden. Conor.
Big
Ginger.
No, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't come.
Big Ginger handed out a wee ticket to a mate of mine there not that long ago. Hey, wanker.
I know.
Ticket to the man.
I have probably the most parking tickets in Oma, I would say.
Aye.
Definitely have a record like I sent a letter, and you can always send a letter. He's gonna fucking hate this. So you can always send a letter in to contest, right? So I've been parking in the same place because I work in the same building for the last 17 years. So I've been parking for a long time. So I know all the tricks, to the point it was that bad that I came out one day from work and the car was gone.
What do you mean?
It wasn't there.
I can't believe. What do you mean? The car wasn't there. What do you mean? The car wasn't there.
No. When I was like in the car park, I thought, where the fuck's my car? And then I seen a low loader lorry driving with us.
Shut up.
for unpaid parking tickets. So I know everything is happening. So you're allowed to send a letter to him to appeal it. So I would always appeal, and I'd be quite inventive with my excuses. And so I sent them about 3-4 years ago. I sent them a letter to say, so what I did, this is not criminal as such. So what I did was a girl who works in my office gave me her parking ticket. So then I sent that along with a letter to the parking enforcement people, and I said, listen, as you would remember on that date, because they never would, because they don't know what date it was. As you'd remember on that date, it was a very hot day. They don't know. And what happened was, with the sunlight, it obviously heated up the window, and the adhesive, the glue on the back of the sticker came off, because my sticker was on it. Here's my sticker to prove, there it is on the ground. You know what I mean? I thought, fucking deadly. And then they wrote a letter back and went, dear Mr. Keys, I'm sorry, we cannot accept your reason because you used that reason in 2008.
That's what I was going to say. You run out of grannies.
I was like, fucking bastards. So yeah, they know me very well.
I know. And he's on you like a leopard, that man there.
Niall Blee says, ask Boyle to tell a yarn about the night he knocked down the cop.
Oh, fucking hell. Hey. That wasn't that long ago.
Oh, nice. Let me hear that.
That was actually fucking hell. I would say probably fucking 2 years ago or something like that.
It's not about how long ago it happened, it's what exactly happened.
Yeah, let's get the I don't care
I'll
about
tell you my version. And then see Blee's got the elbow up on the mantelpiece with a crowd of people around him. I walked in to work one day and he was telling his version. You want to hear it? It's a bit, you can get up on stage and do it like.
Well, I was going to say Blee is funnier than you, so it probably would be better. Like,
can't. On your face. Anyway, I was working on, we were doing a charity thing, you know, with the buckets outside Ulster Rugby in Belfast.
Mm-hmm.
And we were running a bit late, so I would drive past the place. Don't be parking in here, it's residents only. So I said, well, act dumb because I've never watched rugby before and fucking we'll get out early before the crowds. Anyway, I parked on the residence area. And we were on the fucking match. We were in first before, trying to collect money. Nobody gave us any. And I'm watching the match in, and then over the fucking big intercom was could license plate did come to the front gate or whatever. I don't know numbers and I don't know anything. Blee had to tell me that's your fucking car license plate. I went, no way. He goes, I'm telling you, man. I says, for fuck's sake, that's for parking. We're landed out anyway and into the car. And you know what? I was actually in somebody's drive because the woman was sitting there waiting to fucking get in. So I was apologizing up and down, but I had the visor on with the charity I was working for and the bucket and the whole lot. Like, and I said to the cop, hey, I'm sorry about that. I thought you could park here. And he goes, do you come here to me? I said, no, I'm doing a charity. Just licked his arse, like. And so I was parked. And
I've never tried that to get out of anything, to be honest with
you. And she was there. And he goes, right, no bother. But it was a fucking freezing night. It was snowing. So the back window was clouded up. And Blee got in beside me.
Oh, my God.
And a younger fella got in behind me. And fucking, I was reversing to the drive. And next minute, I just heard a bump.
Oh, no.
And I looked out the window, seen the cop rolling down the hill. Knocked him off his motorbike. Jesus, I shit myself. I got out of the car, apologizing.
Is that the short version of the story, or was that the...
You want to hear Blee's version?
Fuck's sake!
Here, after that, I fucking do.
No, this is better.
The next time you tell, both of you cunts tell that fucking story.
That was a nervous wreck driving home. They had the white tape and all out. It was a fucking... And then I had fucking ones that work with me leaving the match. Where was this? Even the match was over. I was still there. Cops all around me. The cop that fell off the bike said to me, I says, you all right? He was covered in muck. He was more embarrassed than anything. And he goes, I'm grand. Next minute he left and the sergeant came and says, well, the officer has now started complaining about back pain. So I had to take him to the hospital. No one I was going to hear go away. Then they took photos of everything and they kept me late. I was a nervous wreck driving home.
Everything was grand until you said you were from Strabanter, you see, and then that was it. I was fucked. You're gone. Prejudice, that's what it is.
They're asked it away. Even like back in the day, if you had to knock a cop over or anything, I thought I'm getting arrested here. Like, what the fucking.
Realistically, you were reversing, so the cop probably should have seen you.
He was right behind.
That's what I would have said in court, Thanks. Mr. Boyd.
I never met that anyway.
Kate Brown says, Han Solo, I love your blue eyes. May the force be with you.
Oh,
that's a nice wee one to hear.
It's great to know that people can still get drugs on lockdown. That's fantastic.
Dealer to the front door.
Boy, did you just swirl that you were going to fucking at a wine tasting session?
Rosé.
Swirled it and then guzzled about 2/3 of it in one mouthful. Oh, let me get my Pepsi Max here and give it a wee.
What's in that vodka?
No.
You actually don't drink, bye.
Nah, about 6-8 times a year, maybe. Weddings and things like that.
You enjoyed it at the time, but you just ate then after?
Nah, it's all right.
Aye.
29th of February was the last one.
I'll tell
And,
you.
there's going to be a wild rip after this is over, I can tell you that.
I want people. Fuck, when's it going to be over? Like,
I think it's 2027 was the last I'd seen.
fucking hell. I know pubs are closing, no giving up because they have to still pay the rent while they're off. And then apparently they're trying to bring in this third of the crowd crack that comes into the bar set. The Blazers down and
What the fuck are visors?
Blazers are like Blazers, only they're with Blaze. I don't know. Them plastic fucking screens. I call them visors.
Plastic screen? For what?
In case I cough in you.
Oh, a visor?
Visor.
Sorry, boys. Dyslexic. That's bullying there now, like.
So Conor.
Some size of faces, boys. There's some size of faces.
Sorry, boy, I couldn't resist it. Couldn't resist.
Now you're come.
I knew what I was doing because you said it earlier on. I thought, well, I'll let him off, and I said, I'll let him off, and then he said twice.
Oh man, I make up my own words all the time. Don't it?
Aye. I was
I'm
telling
confident with them until I get told. Then I'm like,
Conor, do you play video games like PlayStation or Xbox or anything? Like,
how's it going, man?
I would play the PS4, yeah.
so are you playing Breakpoint?
No, I'm usually a FIFA man only.
Well, so last week me and Boyle was playing fucking Breakpoint, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of stupid because I told that story last week, like, but it's relevant now because he does make up words. We're sitting there playing away, and you know, during the game you get hit by a fucking flashbang, and the whole screen goes all blurry. He comes out and says, hold on, because he was standing beside me, and he's like, boys, I'm disillusionalized. Like,
If I was
that's
playing
the,
Scrabble,
that's the word that he said. Boys, I can't, hold on a minute, give me a second, I'm disillusionalized. And I'm sitting there like,
Disillusionalized.
what and I busted out laughing because I'm actually going through the same things. And I'm like, what? I'm laughing at him and I'm trying to recover my own man too. Like, no, stupid talking about games. Boys,
Don't keep going,
I
Duffy.
can't shoot that boy because I'm disillusionalized.
5 of clubs.
Oh, look, he's getting on disemotional.
Queen of Diamonds.
Oh.
Yes.
So so as you can see with Boyle playing high and low by himself, is it the quality of this? Was this the same last week?
You're
Last
our
week
biggest
was
star to get on here, Conor. Yep.
Well, you said 51,000 follower. How the fuck am I the star?
You're the biggest one to get on yet.
These are the social media fucking
You're
savants.
your first guest, son.
Am I the first guest?
Yes.
Oh Jesus, I am honored.
No, there's 2 more coming on after us, so you might get knocked off top spot. But hey, at the minute, you're number 1, son.
I'll take that, Ronald. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Duffy. Thank you.
we had Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, that's acting like it.
Richard Pryor actually was
He was
gonna
easy,
come on,
but
he
he
was
really
like
wasn't on.
fucking. He was
It's a bit stiff, isn't it?
well. The connection wasn't good, so we couldn't get him on. And we had Eddie Murphy, and we also had what do you call your man from Donegal?
Daniel
Bernard.
Ronald. All right.
Him.
Bernard.
We were,
A-listers.
we were like, nah, Conor fucking Keys
Deadly.
from Oma.
We had a big poster on the page all week, you know,
Whole poster. I shared it. I shared the poster. And then
Poster.
of you
That's it.
pinned all over fucking Facebook, sir. You leaving the mic like a man that just did well.
After me fucking telling you.
You warned me. Yep. You told
Yep.
me.
No,
Down. You
no
said,
Facebook.
"God, put me in Facebook.
And then
What? I could beat you a fight, see, and that's
here I am yet again on Facebook Live.
Oh,
love
fucking
it.
hell.
You love it. Sure,
I love it.
the best is over, you know. That's it.
Oh, that's well. I'm past my.
We got a
I'm-
watcher
I'm-
from Cork, Gavin O'Brien, watching from Cork. Good stuff. I hope you understand our fucking Nordy accents.
What's up, Big Gav?
A boy in Oma, a boy in Boston, a boy in God country.
That's true.
Goodbye.
Osterman.
See.
See, look, he's getting assy now. He's getting tired now. He's time for
As
bed, isn't it,
hard as
boy?
stuff
Hey.
doesn't like you.
We're on it. It's only 12 o'clock. We have to do 12 o'clock to shoot the Yank.
Oh, right, okay. All right.
You know what I mean? This time of night, 1:40 in the morning, chatting to fucking people.
Well, I am the one that, you know, the way like somebody.
Go on, get the bats before Conor goes. They chats him
The
because
bats.
because you're a cunt, to be
The
honest.
bats is in the toilet.
Go and get him.
Fuck's sake.
Go on, get
Spoilers.
it, man. Because
Trying to retire that fucking thing.
the
Like,
new thing now, before people leave our wee pod, the bats need to come on and fucking wash them down or ask them questions.
Okay.
Ask them fucking anything too.
what, the bats? That's the best thing about being the bats, because you can stick a mask on, right? And then nobody fucking knows us. I don't remember the video done not too long ago, and people's like, I didn't recognize. Who's that?
Once say to me, go and do that, or even the last day there, if once think I'm the bats. Did you see videos to see the Strabanter, to see either me or the mask?
See, you're the only fat one in the partnership now, you see. So that's probably the main reason. Like.
Or you could be good looking.
What way are you now, Conor? What are you up to? I would say have you skills in the house.
Cheeky bastard, hey.
I
buddy.
would be up with I would nearly be the 21 stage.
That's
nearly.
what I'm at.
We're half the ends.
But I'm mostly fat, like.
Well, see, that's the difference. I'm mostly muscle, but I mean, it's just.
You haven't weighed yourself. You've been saying you're 21 since day dot. You don't weigh yourself. You just think you're the same weight.
I actually think my scales don't go past 21.
Aye.
But I just haven't went to check and see for sure.
You don't, because there's times you look lighter and there's times you look heavier, and you just say 21. No, 21 on my.
It's just I like I always say it's just a weakness I have. You know, diets and exercise is just it's like an allergy.
What do you need to eat? What's the content? What's the
beef space raiders?
Many could you eat?
That's true, though.
Bags.
No,
Is that a food that you just could eat constant?
Well, I could, but I don't.
No, you don't. But you know
I
that.
could, yeah. I would say, are you talking the wee fucking? You see, there's two levels here. You're talking, or 3 levels. You're talking the bag, just normal bag, like the 40p bag, whatever. And then you've got the multi-pack bag, but they only have like 3 crisps in them.
Right.
So I only eat the pound bags. I think it's good for the environment.
100%.
Because the multi-pack bags have too much plastic.
Yeah.
Aye.
So I eat the pound
You
bags.
care about poisoning yourself, but you want to keep the
No, I want to fucking
poison free.
Well, I mean, I don't want any turtles fucking.
And you're as bad as the cows you can't eat.
Aye, that's a danger. Aye.
It keeps jobs too, like. You know
Well, this is it. You know what I mean?
It keeps jobs.
There's always something that, yeah.
Going, like, as long as you're eating, the economy's always going. Like, there's somebody, you know what I mean?
You've been good at the weight, but Conor, you've been keeping it big.
Oh, I've been a fat fuck for a long time. Aye, it's been
I've been
consistent.
up and down. Like I have 3 sets.
No, I never.
I have 3 sets of clothes in the house. I've got skinny stuff that's up the attic. I've got extra large that I hope they get back into, and then I've just got blankets and throwovers and fucking.
I think it's because I grew up in like Hunter's Crescent and used to have the same sort of mentality in Ballycoleman. I don't like giving away anything. I don't like losing anything. So
Gary Patton lived next door to us, used to lick the chocolate off the digestives, and then Frisbee is digestive. I wanted to kill him one day.
boys like that should be fucking shot.
You know what I mean?
I remember getting a Eddie Patton. Was that who you said?
Gary Patton.
Eddie, love next door.
Eddie Patton. Aye.
Oh, you know well. Yeah, I remember getting
I
a
used
advice.
to eat them digestives that they threw across. So
You chased after them.
They're all waiting.
Like a dog after the frisbee.
The slabbers flying at him.
I remember getting one of a very strict vice principal who never usually let his guard down, but I caught him with a fucking clinker of a joke in the middle of the yard. For some unknown reason in the CBS Sonoma, there was like this craze of lads were just fucking about and throwing sandwiches at each other and throwing their lunch at each other and just creating a fucking, I don't know why, just creating a mess. And the vice principal, because I was the class clown and the one that fucking was always up to badness, Mr. Keys, you wouldn't know anything about sandwiches being thrown around the yard. And I says, now sir, look at me, do you think I'm on the same type of boy throwing sandwiches away?
When the fat overcomes, man. When the fat.
That's it. That was him. He was on my side then. I was a good
My
job
brother,
done.
sure, big Terry. Terry was big. He was a big cub when he was 16, and it was all over the Strabanter Chronicle. French fried fine, where Terry had a cop in the face with a chip. The whole time, everybody was like, "There's no way Terry Boyd would fucking throw away a chip."
You know what else I think that contributes to the weight, like, is when you start having weans, and when they get old enough, like when you start making them food,
Thought you meant like us having ways. Like, no,
they don't eat the food. It's kind of like a faller's duty to eat what they don't eat. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Duffy, I completely hear you. You should see the level of what I would call good parenting that I did at Easter time there with Easter eggs.
This up just.
Well, it's not fair. Like it would be. No, honestly, I mean, it would be tantamount to sort of child abuse to get them all those eggs. So she got something like 17 or 18 eggs, and out of the whole 17, 18, you know, the big, like, sort of, she got a packet of buttons, and I know I felt really good as a parent. I was really, really happy with that. It was my job was done.
Drink it.
I can't. You know.
Chocolate's a pig. That's my color.
Nah, crisp for me. Chocolate, I could take both of them now, to be honest with you.
mine
Sweet
is
tooth and meat tooth, boys.
salt and vinegar crisps. I'm telling you now. Salt and
And
vinegar crisps. I'll eat the bag and all.
It's
I'll
what?
eat the bag. I'll eat the hand off the person that hands me the bag. You know what I mean?
Duffy,
What's your
Duffy.
color then?
No, Duffy, hold on. This is a very serious question. Duffy, what salt and vinegar?
Discos.
No.
Fucking shout.
McCoy.
Discos are a golden wonder.
McCoy.
Discos. I'm a big disco because the discos they're perfectly shaped.
Not only that,
And they're a wee bit.
Aye.
Discos are a wee bit thicker.
Golden Wonder.
It's they're kind of like shaped like all the other crisps. You know what I mean? But
Right.
they're a wee bit thicker, and the texture is a wee bit better. You know what I mean? And when you can put, because here's the thing about
But the disco
That's
ones,
fine.
Duffy, disco
Okay.
ones don't give you the vinegar sweats.
no.
The golden wonder ones, 5 packs in a row, fucking hell, they're dripping.
And I'm see while Lana wants goes on about McCoy's too. McCoy's salt and vinegar crisps. I'm past McCoy's, man.
But you know,
Like the steak McCoy's are better than salt and vinegar.
There's
They'll
a
have to be
McCoy's,
better.
what do you call it?
Fucking
but there's the McCoys are too inconsistent.
mini
There's-
chips, too, boys.
There's
Mini
tight,
chips.
many chips, good shit. But the McCoys, you can get a rich soft bag,
Well, 2 in the morning.
and then the next day you could get one to break your fucking teeth.
Aye.
There's no consistency in McCoys, and it breaks my heart.
Oh, me and Orla could have a bag beside each other, opening them, and hers is fucking nothing, no flavour, and mine's is
Aye.
fucking burning the jazz at me.
Nah, I'd say
And I don't
fucking.
care.
I'd say McCoys are just putting 30% of the bags out with no flavour in them at all.
Conor.
Well, that was a mistake.
You're sitting there 21 stone. You can't blame fucking beef. Fucking what do you call them? Star birds.
Space Raiders,
Space
Space Raiders,
Space Raiders.
Space Raiders.
It wasn't Space Raiders that made you that size. Set.
Genetics, probably.
There's a secret to eating salt and vinegar crisp, boys.
What's that?
You have to eat them one at a time and slow it down. So let's say a bag.
You
You could ram a bag of cheese and onion crisps and eat them in 10 seconds because the flavors it doesn't burn the mouth off you, like, you know what I'm saying? But a bag of salt and vinegar crisps, you have to it's really like you eat them like it's a delicacy. Like
I don't know, Duffy. Taking them one at a time is like you're prolonging the pain.
No, but that's what I do, man. I don't chew them, man. I suck on them bastards.
Hey, I've eaten them while I'm waiting on my toast to be ready.
Here. Boy. I taught you well, boy. Taught you well.
I'm eating them with me.
While you're cooking, that's food for while you're cooking.
Appetizer.
I'm not gonna lie, Duffy. I know we said no dirty talk, but the way you described it and sucking that crisp,
That's true.
I just wanted to ask a question.
Great talk.
Can you see anything if I touch myself right now?
Go ahead for it, man.
That's all right, that's grand. Just checking. Just checking. It's all right. Just the fucking just the one. There's no 2 shoulders needed, just one shoulder. Oh, yes. Bit of a circle jerk going on here. Getting up. Normally you'd pay for this.
I look like a boy bent over wanking.
No.
You didn't
You look
spit.
like your
Is
finger
Orla-
looks like a nurse cheek with a fucking birthmark on it. Do it again.
Is Orla under the
So,
table?
has
now, or
anybody
what?
got any questions? Does anybody want Conor Keys to do a wee song for us?
Have you the guitar there, Connor?
Go on, do a song. Go on,
No.
sing a commitment.
Yeah, fucking us. Sing the song you put on Facebook there that I shared.
What fuck songs are about on Facebook?
The wee one about fucking the coronavirus one.
Oh, right, yes. Forgot
Hold on a second here. Before Conor, before you agree to his terms, ask him to do his best Macho Man Randy Savage impersonation, and then
Is that not what he does every day when he's walking about talking to people?
but I asked him last week. He
Me.
tried to do it, but it was shite.
Macho Man Randy Savage. What?
Do it again.
Oh,
I was laughing, so I couldn't see.
I'm more a Hulk Hogan man, you see. When it
Who's Hulk
comes,
Hogan then?
I loved Hulk Hogan until it's in the thing on Netflix and I put my album. The racist thing.
So,
Oh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage. Right.
Shite.
God,
Maybe.
yours.
Man, but Macho Man Randy Savage doesn't say I'm Macho Man Randy Savage. He says something. He doesn't introduce himself.
Go on, you
You
do
know what I
it.
mean?
and he doesn't sound like a boy from Lifford.
No, he's
Hey, sir. Hey, sir.
Macho
some
Man
something.
Randy Savage. Hey.
You just sort of have to admit whenever impersonations aren't your strong point, Ro.
Oh, I can't do them at all.
You're definitely not an impersonation fucking
No.
comic, you know. I'll tell you that right now.
Hey, sure. I don't know. There's another wee video coming out, but it's not for us. It's for another. I did it for another crowd, and I did a different character, but it's just the orange man with a hat on and mustache off.
You're in demand now, boy. You're in demand.
Can't do
Can't be
fucking
done.
anything else. So I just changed what I looked what I was wearing, and talked. I watched the back and just talked the exact same. And I talked a wee bit slower.
A wee bit slower. So listen, boys, I'm going to go and loveys and leavies because
Connor,
it's been
did the hour?
emotional. I did half an hour more than my contract
Conor
agreed with.
Keys, you did a full hour, and you were brilliant cracking that hour. Just flew in, and thanks for being the first. But I know you didn't really want to do it, you wanker. But no, thanks for a good way, there, kid.
Because Facebook is the enemy.
Hey, and if you want to get on the deck chair and yums,
Yeah.
The
I'm
best of the best.
yeah.
subscribe because it's unbelievable. Connor's one of the best comedians I've seen since I started doing it, and he's been guiding me. And he's a wee legend, like that wee legend there.
Look at that wee legend. What's happening, bud?
He's got you see the fringe. I'm down to shave it off.
Ah, no, man.
Give it
That's,
off live
that's,
on Facebook tonight. I'm asking to do a Macho Man Randy Savage.
Live on
Savage.
Facebook.
Savage.
uh,
Macho Man Randy Savage impersonation.
Right, that's us, guys. Thanks for coming and watching us free. Just have a
Thank
chat.
you very much.
We hopefully have another big attraction next week.
We're going to have my
Not
friend
great as
Kevin
Connor,
Hart
but
next week. Kevin Hart, and then followed up by we're going to have Eamon Holmes.
is that Mickey Hart's brother, is it?
He lives up the street.
This is our little
Connor, thank you very much.
Guys, thanks very much.
Thanks, Conor.
I've been an honor to be your first guest, even though I didn't want to be here and I didn't think I would enjoy it, but thanks very much.
Strabanter.
Good man, Connor. Thanks.
All right, good luck.
See you later. See you later, everybody.